Tortimer the Great. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Pokemon Yellow Dice Lock. Today we are still in Viridian City. We left off last episode after getting our little starter Pikachu here, who just oh hey, Pikachu actually doesn't hate us. Look at that. That's great. We got our starter Pikachu and we got our Pokeballs starting the challenge initially. A little recap, we did a couple of rolls last time. We have to roll the random number generator every time we enter a new route or area in order to determine what challenge parameters will be applied to us for that specific area. Now, we rolled a couple of things here. Route 1, we were not allowed to use free heals, so we had to toss that. I decided that we had to toss that free potion we got on that route. In Pallet Town, we actually rolled that we are no longer allowed to run from wild encounters. So we will not be allowed to run from any Pokemon we encounter, wild Pokemon we encounter. Well, we can't run from trainer battles anyway, so we can't run from wild Pokemon or use repels in anywhere in this region. So it's a region-wide rule, used in English, and that will be in place until we get another roll that says, you know, wipe out a random region-wide rule or something. Let's see, what else did we do? In Viridian, I think we rolled that we had to permabox our strongest member. Given that we only had one member of the team at that point, I considered that a free space. We couldn't get rid of our only Pokemon. And the last episode, we also, there we go. We also got, okay, so we've got both Fiverr, who is now level 9. Let's see, how do I cycle through? There we go. Not used to these first gen games anymore. Those Thundershock, Growl, Tail Whip, and Thunder Wave, so that's exciting. And we also have Kalos, the Rattata, who is also level 9. So I did a little bit of grinding after the last episode to get us up to snuff here. And he knows Tackle, Tail Whip, and Quick Attack. Of course, I say he, but there are no genders in Gen 1, obviously, so that's purely up to conjecture. But we are ready and raring to head over this way and get onto route, what route is this? Let's see, we've got our town map, let's check that. I like in the later games where it's like, oh, this is where you are. Okay, so this is route 22. We were on route 1, Pallet Town, route 1, Viridian, route 2. Okay, but this is route 22. All right, so let's quickly go over here. We need to roll before we do anything over here to determine what challenge parameters will be applied to us here. Roll number 5, which states you may only buy up to 7 items at the next Pokemart. Okay? So we can do that. Let me quickly update my spreadsheet. Route 22, we've got 5. So this is, let me do this right. Sorry, there's so many rules now that we've got to keep track of that we are going to have to take a minute here after each roll, or at least a second to do that. Okay, so you may only buy up to 7 items at the next mart. Now, we've already used the Viridian City Pokemart, so I'm going to assume, or I'm going to interpret that, I guess we'll say, interpret that to mean the Pewter City Pokemart. So we will only be able to buy 7 items at the Pewter City Pokemart. Alrighty, that doesn't affect our ability to catch or do anything in this route, so let's go ahead and jump right on in there. We want to go ahead and see what our encounter of Route 22 is going to be, and it's going to be a Mankey. Let's see. Oh, there he goes. Mankey level 3. Alright, so, I misclick. We want a Thunder Wave Mankey here. Since both of my Pokemon are level 9, I did some grinding in order to get them up to level for Gary. I don't want to risk attacking this thing. We've got 3 Pokeballs. Let's see if this gets even close. It does not. Let's try one more, and if it pops out, okay. So we need to attack it. Because either way, we're not getting him at this point. Let's go for the Thundershock. Oh, and he just hangs on! Attaboy Mankey. Alright, so let's go ahead. We'll throw the Pokeball there. Beautiful. Mankey was caught. Alrighty. Do you want to give a nickname to Mankey? Yes. Alright, so in the Hexath'locke Season 1, I had a Mankey which I named Zelda, because Zelda's alter ego Sheik was kind of a wild warrior woman sort of thing. Given that there's no genders here, this Mankey could be either way, but I'm going to say that this Mankey is also a female, and we're going to name it. We're going to name it after another wild warrior woman, Zoe, from Firefly. So that's what we're going to do. I guess I could throw the female symbol on there, but we're not gonna do that. All right, so Zoe is our Pokemon for Route 22. That's exciting. Let's quickly run back and heal up. I have a feeling that Fiverr and Kalos can handle the rival battle we're gonna be taking part in today, but don't want to have a 2 HP paralyzed Mankey on the team just in case we actually do need to rely on it on some level. So here we go. We're going to run back over here and we're going to take on Blue, our rival, for our, I guess technically second rival battle, because he already took us on at his grandfather's gym. So let's go ahead. You're going to Pokemon League? Forget it. You probably don't have any badges. The guard won't let you through. By the way, did your Pokemon get any stronger? Alright, so we get to battle him. I don't remember what his... Okay, so he's got a Spearow. I think in Red and Blue he would normally have a Pidgey. But that's fine. So Fiverr's out front. Fiverr can take care of the Spearow here. We've got a couple of hits going. Very effective. Flying type's no good for flying. Alright. For electric, rather. Blue is about to use Eevee. We'll I'm gonna stay in. I'm gonna paralyze the Eevee, and then we'll switch out. No reason to waste a good advantage here, so we'll go ahead and do that. Eevee gets the sand attack going, which is fine. It'll allow us to go ahead and bring in Kalos. Eevee's fully paralyzed, beautiful. So we'll go ahead and get that. Ooh, quick attack did very, very little. We'll just see how this goes. Fully paralyzed gives us, oof, not too bad. They're the same level, so we're just chipping away. Beautiful critical hit from Kalos there, doing his warrior tribe proud. And we defeat Blue in our second rival battle. Second rival battle. We'll get it. It'll be good. You should quit waddling and get a move on. Alright, so there goes Blue. I don't think we can do anything else on this route, so we're going to go ahead and head back. Can't flee from wild encounters, so we'll have to make sure we do that. Oh, Nidoran would have been good too, although both Nidoran and Mankey have fighting moves, which are going to be, excuse me, which are going to be very helpful for us in gym number 1, probably next episode, give or take. We'll kind of wait and see how that goes. I'm going to try and keep these episodes a little bit shorter. Between 15 and 20 minutes is going to be my goal. I know last episode was longer, but it took us a long time to get through all those rules and roles and all that stuff at the start of this challenge. So I hope you guys don't mind that too much. But we're going to go ahead here and there we go. We're going to go ahead and switch Zoe up front since these other guys are pretty high level. Alright, and we're going to head on up through here. Oh, I've had my coffee now and I feel great. Sure, you can go through. Sorry, I was so rude earlier. I see you're using the Pokedex. Okay, so he's going to show us how to catch a Pokemon. Not ideal. He's just going to throw the Pokeball. Ooh, right as it pops out. That's funny. That didn't work. Must be losing my touch. I've run out of Pokeballs too. Oh, that actually reminds me. I've run out of Pokeballs. I need to run back and get some Pokeballs as well. The item restriction that we got over on Route 22 applies only to the Pewter City Gym. So we'll go ahead and pick up, there we go. Didn't have to use any potions or anything like that during the grinding. I pretty much just stayed at the top of Route 1 here. I was grinding in this little strip here. So I didn't really need any potions, and there wasn't really a whole lot of risk of like, oh, I've got weakened Pokemon and I've got to get through this whole route before I can get, you know, whole route to wild encounters, because we can't run from wild encounters now, before we can get in there. Okay, so let's consult our town map just to be sure. Okay, we are on Route 2 now, Route 2. So we've got to generate a rule for this route. Let's go 16, and 16 is A random Pokemon in your party must be moved to the front of the party. This Pokemon must go first in all battles until it dies. Youch. Okay. Alright, so we've got to set a new lead. Well, maybe not a new lead, but a lead. So we've got we'll just do the current. Well, no, let's do the order that we caught them in. So Fiverr will be 1, Kalos will be 2, and Zoe will be 3. All right. So we come back over here to our random number generator. We set 1 through 3. Generate 1. All right. So Fiverr has to lead off all battles from now on until we get again another rule. If we get that one again, if let's say we roll, what was that, 16, and actually need to put that. Wait, give me 1 second. So we on route 2, we rolled a 16. Okay, and I'll pop this one in here. So wait, actually, let's just say Fiverr must lead. I'll put region wide. All right, and we'll highlight this. Hold it even. Yeah. All right. Beautiful. So we can no longer flee from wild encounters, and Fiverr must lead all encounters. So we'll have to do some switch battling here with Zoe to get him her level up. But that doesn't affect our ability to catch anything here. So we'll get Fiverr up. We'll encounter whatever we encounter, and we'll get going here. Okay. So we got another Rattata. Which we're going to go ahead and kill. The Dupes Clause activates because we already have a Rattata on our team. We get 2 more encounters. Well, I guess technically 3 encounters because we get 2 additional encounters, and then whatever that 3rd encounter is, Fiverr grew to level 10. Whatever that 3rd encounter is, we have to take or kill. Okay, so another Rattata. This one's a little lower. Let's bring Zoe in. Does Zoe have... No, just scratch. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we'll switch. Everybody's going to be splitting the experience. It's going to be worthless, but that's okay. We'll think that through better next time. I don't want Kalos to get too low either, though. Not too low, I guess, but everybody gets 8 experience. All right, so we get 1 more. This is... Okay, so this is our encounter. Nidoran female, which is actually very exciting. Throw the Thunder Wave on there. Nidoran's fully paralyzed. Alright, so we're going to bring in Zoe now. Let Zoe do a little bit of work. Get a scratch going. Obviously, we'll get Zoe out of there before too much danger happens. Going for the growl. Alright, I think that's probably going to be enough for Nidoran with her being paralyzed and everything like that. Where's my Pokeballs? There we go. Let's throw a Pokeball and hopefully we'll get the catch. Yes. Nidoran was caught. Added for Nidoran. Alright. A mild-mannered Pokemon that does not like to fight. Beware, its small horns secrete venom. Alright, so we want to give... Yes. Alright, so we are going to name this little lady, given her royal background, Nidoqueen. We're going to name her Cleopatra. I've always felt like the Nido, at least Nidoqueen, I've always felt like she's Egyptian. I don't know why. Nidoking, I don't necessarily get that vibe from, but for whatever reason, whenever I think of Nidoqueen, I think of like a pharaohess. Okay, so Cleopatra. Perfect. That'll work out very nicely. Alright, so let's take a look at our Pokemon. We've got Fiverr, Kalos, Zoe, and Cleopatra. Zoe and Cleopatra are going to be very useful in the Pewter City Gym, given that we have got our starter and now lead is an electric type. The Pewter City Gym is ground and rock type, or ground and, yeah, no, that's right. I said it right. Ground and rock type. So the fighting type moves of Zoe and Cleopatra are going to be very important. So let's go ahead here and do a little bit of grinding with these guys. I'm probably going to make this a little bit of a shorter episode here because I know for a fact we're not getting through Viridian Forest unscathed, or at least we're not getting through without having to take a lot of time doing it. There's no way we're getting through there and having this be a shorter episode like I would like it to be. So we're going to go ahead and let's do a little bit of switch battling here with some of our guys. Crap. I'll have to go back and watch the footage. I'm worried now, as we were doing the multiple encounters with the Dupes Clause, did I run from any? I know I killed the first Rattata. I bet I killed the second Rattata too. But if not, that'd be a little bit bad, huh? Already breaking rules? I don't think I did. I'll go back and watch, and just to be clear, if I did, I caught it. I caught it here. So if I did, you guys don't get to select a penalty. But I'll have to check the footage. There's really no way for me to do that without checking the footage. So we'll definitely check that. I don't think I did. I don't think I did. That wouldn't seem real likely, but it's possible because I'm just so used to it. Bring in Zoe. I'll do most of the. Oh wow! I'll do most of this off camera, so that we are not spending a ton of time doing this, and so that those guys are equipped to help out next episode. I want them to be able to battle on their own. So we'll get them at least up to level 5 or 6 or something here, and then we'll be able to. I think Zoe might have just grew to level 4, so that's good. Bring in Fiber. Yeah, Zoe got to level 4. That works. Let's bring in Cleopatra. We'll just kind of go back and forth here because it doesn't really matter one way or the other who's getting the experience. Want them both to get up to a point where, again, they can fend for themselves. Of course, they won't be able to necessarily because Fiber has to come out first. So maybe I'll just, since Fiber's going to get that experience anyway, help out by throwing up Thunder Waves or something. But yeah, we'll go ahead and call it there for today. We finished our rival battle. We made a couple of catches. Team is looking strong. The team is looking very strong, which is exciting. So we've got Fiber the Pikachu, Kalis the Rattata, Zoe the Mankey. Oh, sorry, I knew what Zoe was. I didn't want to be in there again. Zoe the Mankey and Cleopatra the Nidoran female. Team's looking good. Pretty happy with it actually at this point. Pikachu, Rattata, Mankey, and Cleopatra. If we got like a if we got like a Caterpie or something in Viridian Forest next episode, that would be exciting because then we get potentially some Psychic type moves and stuff like that, which could be very useful, especially here in Gen 1. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Tortimer the Great, and you guys have been great. Make sure to those likes, comments, subscriptions for me, guys, and I'll see you all back here next time as we head through the Viridian Forest as part of the Pokemon Yellow Dice Lock. Alrighty, guys, I've been Tortimer the Great, and you guys have been great. Have a good one.